believe that the season of Advent is so quickly upon us, but it is. So, for my reflections issue on Advent, many of you are taking the Advent reflections with St. Joseph that we're doing as a parish, but for those of you who are not, St. Joseph gives us such a rich depth of things to focus on and to reflect on during the season of Advent. So each week of Advent, I'm going to be picking one attribute we see in St. Joseph and how we can learn from that in our own Advent journey. So this first week of Advent, as we literally clean off the table from Thanksgiving and jump right in, the first Advent attribute of St. Joseph I'd like to focus on is silence. St. Joseph is one of the main players in the birth of Jesus. But it's interesting, there's not one word of his recorded in all the Gospels. You would think for someone who's such an integral part to the birth and the early years of Jesus, there'd be some words from St. Joseph, especially in such a male-dominated society where it was all about the father. I think it's telling that St. Joseph, his words are not recorded, but his actions. And that gives us a lot to focus on during the season of Advent. Sometimes we get so caught up in speaking or our words or saying our thoughts out on social media that we forget that old adage, actions speak louder than words. Even though there are no words of St. Joseph recorded in Scripture, there are a lot of actions. He was a man of faith. He was a man of deep hope. He was a man of trust. He was a man who put others before himself. St. Joseph doesn't tell us anything about himself, but yet his actions speak volumes. During this first week of Advent, maybe we should focus more on what our actions are saying than our words. Sure, it's easy for me to post something on Facebook or an angry rant on Twitter or Instagram, but yet what do my actions really say about what's on the inside? Sometimes we get so caught up in the talking that we fail to realize that our actions are saying something completely different. Advent calls us to be ready for the coming of Christ. Not only to be ready for the day of Christmas, but much more importantly, to be ready to allow him to be reborn in our hearts. During this first week of Advent, maybe all of us need to focus on what are my actions saying about what's really in my heart. Is my heart really ready for Christ? Or are my actions saying that my heart's filled with selfishness, bitterness, anger, lust, etc., etc.? That comes out in our actions without us even realizing it. If I really want to welcome Christ during the season of Advent and to celebrate his birth at Christmas, then my actions need to speak that I have a heart that's ready to receive him. Not a sermon or another thing for us to do during Advent, but something for us to reflect on what this season is really all about.